day 6 of the 12 days of Christmas here on my YouTube channel, sharing a new video every day from December 1st through the 12th. And if you missed day 1's video, I share that I'll be donating to 3 different charities. So in the comments below, pop in your favorite charity that you would love me to support, and I will pick 3 at random on day 12, so you don't want to miss it. Today, I am going to walk you guys through how I curl my hair using the Dyson Airwrap Styler, and I want to share with you guys all the little pieces about how I do it with wet hair and sectioning and the things that have to go the 2 different ways. So I want to walk you through step by step, because for me, it was definitely a learning curve. Before I had this styler, I used a straightener to curl my hair. I would just curl it like this, but I love the curls that I get with this Dyson Airwrap, but they range from about like $500 to $550 depending on where you buy them from. So they are definitely more expensive than like a regular hair straightener, but it comes with a bunch of different attachments. So I think it's actually really worth it. And the reason why I wanted to get it is it's less damaging on your hair than a regular hair straightener. And if you're taking a hair straightener and going like this and clamping on your hair with the heat, it is way worse than what the Dyson Airwrap does as well. So this is the main attachment. This is what you're going to use for all the things. Everything else you're just going to pop in on top. It comes with a little mat where you can set everything down when you're using it. And first, I love this attachment. This is for the hair dryer. So whenever you want to curl your hair, you have to make sure it is a little bit wet. So if I just take a shower, I'm going to go ahead and blow dry it with this to make sure that my hair is about 80 to 90% dry. And what I like to use as well when I initially blow dry my hair is this one. This brush attachment really helps right here with my little baby hairs up here and my bangs, because when you're using these curling ones, you're not gonna get too close to your scalp right here. It actually would probably be really hot, but you can do it with this one. So this is the brush that I like to use. There's a few other brush attachments. I haven't used this one yet, but I have used this one. This one's if you want to do like a more straight kind of blowout. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the blow dryer, and then it comes with a few different items to use for curling. So these are the different attachments. You're gonna see these arrows, and this tells you which way the air is blowing around. So when you curl your hair, you wanna make sure that it's going away from your face. So just make sure you can see these going that way and going away from your face. So there's going to be a matching pair. These ones are a little bit thicker. I am using the skinnier ones right now because my hair is still on the shorter side. When I curl my hair, I want it to have more curls in it than just like a loose wave. So with these, you'd probably get more of a loose wave since it is bigger. For the most part though, I'm using these 2 smaller ones, and I really love them. I got this actually for my birthday in October, and this is what I use every time I do my hair now. I do like that there are different heat settings you can use. So there's high, medium, and then a cooling setting. So if I just take a shower and my hair is wet, again, like I said, I'm gonna blow dry it to make sure it's like 80 to 90% dry, and then start curling it. But if it's the next day, if I haven't washed my hair, I will just actually get it wet using a brush. So I'll just get water on the brush and then run it through my hair. And as I'm going through layer by layer, if it needs a little bit more water on it, then I'll definitely get some on my brush again and do the same thing. So first, gonna part my hair. So find your part and just make sure you have 2 sides of your hair sectioned off. This is because you want to do 1 full section at a time. You don't want to be taking these attachments and taking them off and putting on the other one every time you want to do a different side of your hair. So just section off completely and then start sectioning the layers from there. All right, so let's get to curling. There's definitely an art to this, and there's definitely a lot that I had to figure out and learn. And once you have the Dyson in your hands, you can kind of get a better feel for it. So what you're gonna do is take a small piece of hair. It doesn't have to be too small. You're gonna start wrapping it around the barrel until you see it catching. So until it starts to suck the air in itself. start guiding it with your hands, and then I start moving it up and down to make sure it's getting everything dry. I'll hold it probably anywhere from like 5 to 10 seconds at the max, and then I release it like this. So I like this extra piece where you can get the hair dried and wrapped around into a full curl around the barrel on the way out. That's not recommended from the videos I've seen from Dyson. The way that they propose to do it is to give it a cool shot at the end, then turn it off, and then pull the barrel out of the bottom of your hair. But I just don't really feel like doing a cool shot on each curl I'm putting in my hair. It's probably at least 30. So to do a cool shot and turn the whole thing off, I just don't feel like doing that myself. And I've found that the way I'm doing it with getting this extra curl at the bottom, it ensures that the whole strand is getting a nice curl in there. So sometimes I don't even use my hands to guide my hair in. I just use the barrel, put it near the section and see what it picks up, because it's going to pick up as much as it can take. You don't really want the hair going too much above into this pink part here, because the hair can wrap around that piece and actually catch, and it can get pulled out of your hair. It hasn't really happened to me. It's not that aggressive, but you just want to be sure of that. Also, if your hair falls down the other way towards the controls at the bottom, I just try and either push it back up or just get it again at the end when I'm pulling out the barrel out of the whole thing. So I don't get too worried about that, but that's definitely a sign that you're putting too much hair in. So I do make sure these baby hairs at the front, I do try and throw them in manually to make sure they're getting some type of curl. And you're gonna go through layer by layer on one side of your head. At the top, I have a lot more layers, like shorter pieces. It's not even each piece of hair at the top, so it's definitely a little bit more difficult, but I just try and see what pieces are gonna get picked up and then guide the rest, or just take a new piece. Probably wouldn't recommend this to someone who's not that into doing their hair. So say maybe you do your hair once a month, or you're not really into different kinds of technologies. Maybe you're one of those people that you're super lucky and your hair dries naturally straight. Maybe you don't need something like this. My hair is pretty thick and crazy, and it gets pretty curly, wavy. So all of these different attachments have really worked well for me. This case that it comes in is awesome, but as you can see, it's like pretty huge. So unless I have like an extra carry-on luggage when I'm traveling, I'm probably not gonna bring the whole case. What I would bring is this base, of course, this hair dryer, and then just these two to use for curling. So it's a lot more simpler than bringing this whole case, but I do appreciate having this just so I can store everything together so I'm not losing anything and nothing's getting damaged. In the past, I've used this Revlon Air Styler, but there are two things about this. For some reason, when I was using it, I don't know if like the heat was too high in it or something, but I would smell like a little bit of my hair burning sometimes, and that's just something you don't want to smell. Two, I don't know if you can see, but there's tons of hair in these bristles, and that's after I've cleaned it a bunch of times, and that just means that your hair is getting snagged and pulled out by this styler. So I did like the way it made my hair smooth and everything, but the ones that Dyson has, they're not pulling out your hair. And the technology is just better where it's not damaging your hair. I've never smelled burnt hair with the Dyson one. So I've definitely used something comparable and just wanted to let you guys know how I feel about this one. But I did use this one, I think, for like 2 years. Okay, last I'm gonna run my fingers through the curls to break them all up. And they will drop a little bit more. That I like that, but if I do it like this, it'll last the whole week. It won't be curly the whole week, but it will like slowly get like a little bit straighter, but still have the volume, which I like. So before I put my fingers through, I'm gonna put in this hair oil. It's Olaplex number 7, the bonding oil, and you guys can see how much I like this. I've had it for 6 months now, and I've learned to put it on afterwards. If I put it on before, like regardless of the hair styling I'm doing, whether it's like straight hair or curly hair, it just kind of like seems to weigh it down a little bit. So what I'm doing now is I'm just running my fingers through the curls, and I'm actually gonna break them up. If you do like them really tight like that, go for it, but I like mine just being a little bit looser. And I do put a little bit on the top, like my flyaways. You don't want to like run it into your scalp at all, because then it's just gonna look greasy and you don't want that right after you just washed your hair. Okay, so then I'm gonna take these bangs and I try and just like curl them into the rest of the hair like this, just so they're not acting crazy. Like here, I don't like how it looks a little bit messy, so I just kind of make sure they're going into the curl. And then if you want to add hairspray, you can. My hair sometimes does better without hairspray. I don't know why. So it tends to hold a curl regardless. I like to do this with my roots a little bit. I don't like it sticking like flat to my head. All right, guys, so this is the final look of the curls I get using the Dyson Airwrap Styler, and I really love the way it makes my hair feel. It's not like too dry or anything like that. Like when I'm using my straightener, which is what I've used in the past, I used to use my straightener to curl my hair. It could sometimes be just like super, super dry. So I'll show you guys in a few hours what it looks like after the curls also relax a little bit more. So again, if you like it like this, go ahead, grab the hairspray to make sure it stays there, but it's totally up to you. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching day 6 of my 12 days of Christmas here on YouTube. I hope this video helped you either learn how to use the curling styling attachments for the Dyson Airwrap Styler, or help you decide if you do want to buy it. Again, Christmas is coming up, treat yourself, treat someone you love. Let me know in the comments if you guys do have it and you do love it yourself. But thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 7.